Hey, family. Hey, family. Hey, family. Hey, hey. All right, family. This is Saturday. I'm trying not to get into my Steve Copeland from the couch conversation. Uh-oh. There I go again. Hey, family. This is Steve Copeland, host of the B-Boards Real Teen Talk Show, family. Y'all see what I wrote in there, Baltimore City? Real conversation, real teen conversation, and real adult conversations. Basically, I believe I put real adult experiences with that as well. Well, real experience, real life experiences. Everyone welcome. And the reason why I said I mentioned it mainly the two, teen talk and adults. I don't understand it. I got children. I got grown children. And I have grandchildren. They are my life. I don't understand how we as adults can just come on platforms and everything is just based around us as a whole. Like men this, women that, men this, women that. Now, as me saying that, family, because as a man, been married twice and have children, I have to really, really, be careful with certain things. But it's all about keeping life real. I got that. You are not going to hear me up here saying women are this or women are that or women are this and women are that. When I got daughters, you are not going to hear me up here saying things like that when I got granddaughters. The goal is, and what I'm saying, is building up on each other's self-esteem, not turn each other down. What's up, little thief? It's not turn each other down. That picture look familiar, don't it? I ain't put that up there. Chat GPT put that up there. GPT put that up there. I said that look like Steve. That look like my junior. Don't act like you don't hear me talking, son. But look, that's my son. And guess what? I got daughters. So what do I look like as a family-oriented man? Coming on here and not talk about the whole family dynamics. You get me? So when I hear us, family, like bashing women, that's just like me bashing my own daughters, my own grandbabies, my own son. I'm proud of my family. I don't know about y'all. So certain things that we might talk about, family, on these platforms, we got to keep in mind. When you got like a husband involved and you got children involved or a wife involved in your life, and you are considered as a family-oriented type person, we gotta be careful. Because it makes me wonder where your mental state at. When I hear y'all over here, down in each other the way I do, it makes me wonder where your mental status is at. This lady, I ain't even gonna say your name, gorgeous, just in case you pop over here. I told this lady how proud of I am of her and all this type of stuff, right? How bold she speak out and all that. She turned around and got smart with me. But she did come back and say, I apologize, right? But she said she apologized because I told her this. See, I complimented you. You should have just took the compliment. But when you came back running off at your mouth, this is what I said. I got a mental health program. You want to sign up for it? You know why I tell you that? Because you ain't about it. See, you talk a good game. But when you don't accept and appreciate when somebody is complimenting you, and then she reminded me she was married. I ain't get fresh with her because I'm older. So my thing is, I'm proud of how you stand up as a woman to represent yourself. And be honest with y'all, I said I was going to stop doing it. Because I noticed everybody on TikTok that I compliment how proud I am of you. Hey, Marvin! What's up, Marvin? Everybody that I tell how proud I am of them on TikTok, as an older gentleman with grown daughters and granddaughters and sons and nieces and nephews, when I tell them I'm proud of them, they flip the script on me every time. It's like every time I compliment somebody, y'all go in your insides, and that goes to show me where your self-esteem really at. When you can't take the compliment. Did I screw up? Did I screw up? One, I didn't ask you, was you married? And I did not ask you, did you have children? I'm the only one on TikTok that share that information. I'm the only one on TikTok that use my real name. You know why? Because this is the way I educate the community. And sometimes y'all will run off at your mouth so quick you don't realize who you talking with. You talking to or you listening to. Number one, I'm going to say this. I'm an ordained deacon. I'm an ordained deacon. And for some of you Bible thumping, believing righteous people, look up why the disciples and them called the 7 deacons together to go back out and serve in the community, right? But you know Bible. Oh, did I mess you up? Why was they called? The same way God called the prophets. You got your minor prophets and you have your major prophets. God called them to serve back in the community, to lift up, even if some of them had to go to war. And I'm talking about our kings and stuff back in the days, right? Come on. But y'all know scripture, right? God had cities to go and destroy other cities. What's happening today? That was a form of punishment. But you know Bible, right? You got to know your position as a man of God. God called me back into the community. So as a result of that, I became a community journalist. As a result of that, I became a community organizer. As a result of that, I became a community outreach coordinator. As a result of that, I became a homeless advocate. As a result of that, I became a part of Communities United and was board member there for almost 2 years. As a result of that, I joined the American Civil Liberty Union, which is ACLU. So when I talk about some stuff. Because we fight for the rights, the civil rights, the equal rights, and the constitutional rights of the people. Tell me a little bit about yourself. I'm bragging and I'm boasting. So if that's what you thinking in your head, you got there going right. Because I remember I wasn't doing none of this. I was part of the destruction. So come on, I'll shut up. I'm listening. That's all right. This is my show. Um, Strengthen the community. I want y'all to listen because I'm going to say it again. Strengthen the community. LLC is my business. A new Be More City. Rebuilding our communities is a part of the business as well. The LaTanya D. Copeland House of Hope is my housing program. So in order to help people turn their lives around, the ones that need our help the most, you have to put programs together to help them. Am I lying? The LaTanya D. Copeland House of Hope. I work with the homeless and the less fortunate population. Strengthen the community. So as a result of that, you have to create solutions towards the problems or the issues that your communities are having. Why are you yelling? Because I get loud. Why are you yelling? Because I said I get loud. I knew, Marvin. That's why I was glad to see you come up, because I know, Marvin. That's why we create solutions towards your community's issues. My daughters went to the seed school. So if a lot of y'all don't know what that is, after the 5th grade, that's a border school. My son was going to Lake Clifton before something happened up there. And then after that, we put my son into private school, a Catholic school. Know why? Because we could afford it. That's all. Only reason why we was able to do it, because we could afford it. I'm talking about my wife and I. My son and my daughters went to college. Steve finished school, went to college. I never finished school and went to college. But I drove the tractor trailer for a living and made real good money. Okay. Where I was able to provide my wife and I for our children. Y'all don't want me to help people understand you can do that as well. As far as raising or, family-wise. Y'all don't want me to let people know that ancient Chinese secret. Is that the way it's supposed to be? It's supposed to remain a secret. So y'all can continue telling the people that's in the block community Block people that you are failures, because that's what y'all telling them. You'll never amount to nothing. Block people. But then you'll say it's the white man that's slowing you down. Block people. And in a percentage, I can't add the percentage in. That could be true too. I mean, that's true too. I mean, could. It is. It is. But it's a lot of black people don't want you to be successful too. Oh, yeah. I already know. When you socialize in the community, you understand where they all come from. Y'all notice how people be out there recording fights amongst the black community rather than them trying to encourage and motivate them to stop. They use it for entertainment purposes only. And y'all like, with that, right? Huh? Huh? And when I see that happening amongst us, I be looking around to see what white man is doing it. Y'all ain't realized that. In the black community, I be like, what white man? Huh? I see all black people fighting up against other black people. But y'all quick to say the white man. Billy Jane hit Billy Joe. That's the white man. That's why post-traumatic slavery syndrome is deep. Joy, Dr. Joy, post-traumatic slavery syndrome is real deep amongst the black community. Trying to break that generational. This is what Big Unc about. Trying to break that generational curse that's been passed down since 1619. Because slavery started way before 1619. Started around 6000 BCE, before Christ entered this earth. That might not be what BC means. But BC means before Christ. I'm just throwing the earth in. You're supposed to know it, right? But it's chattel slavery that we're focusing on. Because it ain't about nobody else and how they was caught up. And the being used and abused. And actually it all boils down to marginalizing the poor people. Using the poor people back during that time to benefit them. Like in building things. Because it said they depended more on, when it say welfare, it was the free sources or the care that was there to provide, but they made them work for it. I'm sorry, I'm not no preacher. I'm not a preacher. I'm just a messenger. I am not a preacher. I am a messenger. Led by the Holy Spirit. Anytime y'all hear me talk, don't y'all hear me talk about the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. The Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. Even though the Bible does not speak of the Trinity, the word is not in there. I mean, the word is not in there. But when Jesus came back and he left, he said, I'm going to leave one behind. The one I leave behind will encourage you, empower you, and motivate you. And I want y'all to go out there by this time I think they was called the apostles, and baptize them in the name of the Father, in name of the Son, in name of the Holy Spirit. Did he not say that in scripture? At least that's what they wrote. Did he not say it? Well, Trinity not in there. It was mentioned. So we understand. Now what? Now what? Now what? It was mentioned, right? Y'all know I'm being sarcastic, right? Astic. Look, sarcastic. But look, all jokes aside, I can do that. Because that's the freedom I have in the Holy Spirit where I can play a joke like that. See, I'm walking on water because my faith is on Christ. The moment I take my face off of Christ, or my face off of Christ, face to face, I sink every time. See, I already know that. I think I need to stop drinking coffee. Makes me too goofy. But anyway, you see that young man right there in the mirror? That's a picture of little Steve that AI put up there. I'm telling you that they took it from my stuff, right? From me posting pictures of like me, Steve, and all that. And they put it up there because they know when I do the Be More Teen Talk Show family, I want to kind of circle it more around, mainly on Saturdays and Sundays, our youth, because this is the whole goal of inviting them in. You know, now I'm going to show y'all how self-centered a lot of us as parents has gotten with children. Our own. You know your child is hurting. You know your child is struggling mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Some of them could be dealing with great issues. You don't want to hear it. Because 9 times out of 10, it's a real close family member or member that we don't want to see behind them bars. So we rather for our children to suffer because we don't want to get involved as parents. Do y'all think, as a parent myself, as a person that did foster care, as a person that mentored young boys back in the days, y'all think I don't realize this? That's why it's called real conversations. Real life experiences, stories. Not everybody been hurt. You get me? Everybody haven't been hurt in that way. I already know that. The reason why I can say that, Unc, because I sponsored men and I still sponsor. They old school now, but look, we still fellowship, you get me? Sponsor men and women. I got 33 years clean. A lot of them got like 31, 32 on down. But we all grandparents now. Some of them into the ministry, some of them that started their own businesses. I'm telling you, I can only share this for what I've, experienced throughout the years. And the changes that I seen. I'm like, oh my God, I remember when they were little and then they got kids, like, God damn. But guess what? If y'all never came up like that, or you had such tragic in your life, right, that you don't want to go back down memory lane. If my son, my daughters, my nephews, my nieces, if they call Uncle Steve and say, Uncle Steve or Dad, I'm feeling like this, I'm feeling like that. Dad, Uncle, comfort them. That's what I'm going to do. And if I feel as though I can fix it, I'm going to fix it. But if I feel as though I can't, then I have to guide them towards, that professional help or somebody that can help them. The goal is I want to help them get out of the space that they are in, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Now, can you understand why I started the talk shows? Can you understand why I started strengthening the community? Because I knew how I lived my life before the change came about. You get me? No way in the world. No way in the world. After living a destructive lifestyle, streetwise, destroying the community for 19 years of my life, and been brought out of that life, been redeemed out of that life, been how we say repented, or how we say delivered, but brought out of that life. I'm not going to go back and help somebody else. I am not going to go back after the spirit that brought me out of it. And I done gained a life worth, a quality of life now, worth living without the use of that stuff, hustling and all of that, trying to make money in that sense. Do y'all really think I'm not going to help somebody else understand they can move forward, no matter what your situation is? Knowing in Baltimore City, right, because I can't speak for everywhere. Knowing in Baltimore City, felons have the right to vote now. You can vote on that politician that's willing to fight any laws that will hinder you from being successful. You just got to know who it is. For some of y'all that wants to tell people if you don't vote, your vote don't count, teach them. Help them understand the importance of voting and what person that will better serve their interests once they in. See, y'all run off at your mouth in Baltimore City. I watch ya. I watch ya. I watch ya. Vote for this one. He'll set you free. Vote for that one. They'll set you free. And y'all know good and goddamn well y'all only produce laws. It's people like us that help them find a way to become free. But I respect you anyway. But I know you're full of crap. But I love y'all. Because y'all got a job to do. Run off at your mouth and make people think y'all going to really help them. I ain't understanding at first. I ain't understand. I asked AI this. I see you, Sarge. I asked AI this, right? Do y'all realize Donald Trump do not write policies? He do not create laws. He do not create bills. It's Congress. He's taking the weight. He's taking the weight. You gotta see it for yourself, because I sent AI a message because I already know that's not the president's position. That's why they have the 3 branches of government. Understand the 3 branches of government. The goal is not for one individual to have all that power. And basically the power lays or lies within the Senate, Congress. Did y'all know that? And a lot of times when Trump goes over to another country with certain issues, or before they actually make deals, he come back and discuss it with the Senate for its approval or non-approval. So they all work in conjunction with each other. I asked AI, because I already know it's Congress. Why did Trump get the blame for everything? Now, see, that's when you understand politics and what it's all about. But they all work together. So a lot of our tax dollars that comes is Congress, and the president now can approve. President can approve now. When it comes to helping other areas. But yes, they'll make it seem like it's just him. And once I started realizing and seeing stuff like this, Lee, Kay, once as a human rights advocate, as a community activist, as someone involved with them, once I started seeing stuff with my own 2 eyes, rather Democrat, rather Republican, and y'all forgot there are other parties out there, like the Green Party, the Green Tea Party. Y'all forget. The Republican Party and the Democrats is just the 2 strongest parties. I met some people from the Tea Party as well throughout my process. Please tell me I'm lying, like I don't know what I'm talking about. Please do. And then I'm gonna tell you, I was a board member. I was a member with Community United for about a year. Then I became a board member for almost 2 years. So y'all know, we would get firsthand information before y'all got it on bills and everything, before it was exposed to the public. So we would have meetings. When I say we, it's V. When I say we, Flam, Communities United, just say like the Jewish community, the Hispanic community, and I'm talking about their organizers, right? Mexicans, whoever. All of us would meet in one spot just before we get ready to go to Annapolis, or Annapolis, because I'm looking at the steps, right? So normally you address certain bills and certain things at City Hall. It starts with the community itself. That's why they have community meetings. Then you look at City Hall. See, I'm trying to walk y'all up the process, right? Of how it goes from state, and it works towards, local, state, federal. You get it? Local, state, federal. So I'm trying to walk y'all up. And I'm talking about the laws that be passed on a local level. Then you have certain laws that will come down from the federal level. but it's to be applied locally. Only reason why I can say this, family, if you're not really in it to see it, what's going on, you won't know. And when I used to sit in on some of the meetings with like Community United, I did not know that the Jewish people go through poverty too. Even though to us, Missy, we think that, they are united. Don't get it wrong. Don't get it wrong. A lot of other nationalities are united. We are too, Lee. We are very, 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 very united. But it's the little that's not really coming together with the bunch, right? The bunch. We can do much better. That's the whole key. If I can say it, Lee, we can do much better. You get me? I'm talking about us as black people. But we do more pulling than push, uplifting. I'm telling y'all, I see it firsthand. I see it firsthand, right? When you actually live through these changes. T baby. But see, that's why don't y'all ever say age ain't nothing but a number. Because I lived through my 30s. Well, teens, 20s. I was getting high during my teens and 20s. I was clean in my 30s to 40. Then from my 40s to my 50, well, y'all not been clean. But look, how I seen life in my 30s is not how I was looking at life in my 40s. How I seen life in my 40s is not how I was looking at life in my 50s. And please don't let me say 60. So I would never say age don't mean nothing, because you got to live it to get there. Age ain't nothing but a number. Get there. And then you'll really understand that meaning of why you're saying what you say. But you got to get there. Because I'm sitting back, I'm looking at everything, Lee, I did in my life, destructive life. Wanted to be one of the biggest hustlers, smugglers in Baltimore City back during the day. How many of y'all can say that? It'll take a person that lived the life and came out of the life to actually help you better understand the life. And y'all will say, well, this is what I think. This is how I feel. I'll be like, oh, my Lord. Oh, Lord, here we go. Based around your opinion, based around your ideas, but it's not based around your personal experience. Do you know that leaves you out? Because you're basically, you're not speaking. And somebody the other day, Lee, and T, I think it was your show. Somebody the other day tried to make like a person's factual experience wasn't facts. I was like, what the fuck? I expressed that. I lived through that. But that wasn't facts. But this is what I think is facts. I'm like, what planet is we on? Because y'all be confusing me on TikTok sometimes. My children don't talk like this. My children do not talk like a lot of y'all be talking on TikTok. And the people, be honest with y'all, the people that I associate with. Now, mind you, I got a housing program. So I deal with a lot of our, less fortunate people. Homeless and less fortunate, or people fell on hard time. And the goal is to help them reestablish their life. So when I say stuff like that out my mouth, I'm lying. Melanated, I'm lying when I'm talking about business. But I'm lying. But no, y'all up here sharing your opinion, your ideas, what you thinking. I'm talking about working solutions. What we doing to actually slow a lot of this down. And it flies over a lot of people here, melanated. If I'm pronouncing your name wrong, nephew, I apologize. I be tripping on y'all. I be tripping. Isabel, wait a minute. I'm trying to read your message. I see you posted something. I'm telling y'all, I be tripping. Now, let me say this, Isabel. I'm 65, right? I mean 64, I'm sorry. I'm 64. If a 70-year-old or somebody a little bit older, right? They got a few more years experience of living on me. They can share some stuff, Isabel, that I might not ever seen in my 64 years. And I'll be like, oh my God. They might can share from where they at 70. Now, I'm 64. So now, mind you, in my mind, I think I know enough as it is, right? Somebody 70 or 80 can actually come in because they see life totally different at 70 and 80, 75, 80, stuff like that, than I do at 64. And you can't tell me I don't know every damn Isabel. You can't tell me I don't know everything. But then it hits me, Isabel, I don't know everything. But look, it takes the older ones from time to time, family, to help us understand, dang, everything I thought I knew, I didn't know. Now, I'm not saying y'all young people can't teach us. Do not get it wrong. Y'all can help us see things in a broader perspective from where y'all are at. You get it? Please catch it. Because y'all can help, like when I talk with little Steve, when I talk with Sienna, when I talk with Tashia, now mind you, little Steve is 23. His goal is to be a professional soccer player. His girlfriend is in college to be a nurse, right? My 25-year-old, she's working at a law firm right now. She said, Dad, I want to take the school year 25 off, to work and stuff like that and get things together. And that's what she's doing. She got her own place now. She doing what she do. So her thing is to sign back up to become a lawyer. But if she don't become a lawyer, she's already working in a major law firm, putting cases together. You know how proud that makes me, Isabel, feels? And I come from the streets. You all know how that makes me feel. Isabella, do you know how that makes me feel for a person that used to try to break every law back in the day? Back in the days, living the street life. You get me, Isabella? I don't live like that no more, family. My children didn't grow up seeing nothing like that with me or my family. It's a beautiful feeling to be able to provide better for yours. Share the live, please, because I see you on TikTok. Share the live, please. And share the live, Isabel. I see you over there on Twitter. I don't know why I keep saying you on Twitch. I keep calling Twitch. Yeah, share the live, please. Thank you. I be trying to promote myself more over there, but people it's like they gotta be invited. And I know they see certain things, right? They just don't. Some people just don't respond. And I'm all right with that because I know the message getting out. But now, let me say this because my son just popped up. As a father, and little Steve can tell y'all, little Steve is my superhero. I grew up without a father. My father wasn't never in my life. I was determined I was not going to let my children feel that emptiness of their father not being in their life. Even when their mother and I separated, I had to work harder at making sure my children did not feel abandoned. How many men you know talk like this? But you want to hear men speak truth. No matter what, my son knows that daddy still loves his mother. My son knows that daddy is still in love with his mother, because I understand the difference between the two. My son and my daughters know and understand. It just didn't work. But guess what? Their mother and myself get along better now than we ever did when we was together. Ask my children. And anytime I see their mother, I be like, what's up, beautiful? You know, you still my boss lady. Dad tell him. And I tell him, tell your mother I said I love her. If he right there near his mother, I said, tell your mother I said I love her. I said, let me hear you. I said, her boyfriend ain't around though, right? And then we don't do nothing but bust out laughing. I bet not call Carlos up and say your name. I bet not be like, Steve, how your stepfather doing? Be like, Dad, you. But see, I can play like that with my son. That's my son. I can talk like this with my daughters. I raised them. Any issues, I don't care what it is that they have, even with a man. If I got to address it, that's not good. Want me to say it again? If I got to address any issues my daughter's having with any guy, that is not good. Y'all talk that Gucci stuff all you want. That's why a lot of times I have to stay back. I know where I came from. And I understand that my children have to experience stuff for themselves. I don't get into these white-black conversations. My daughter-in-law, my son's girlfriend is YT. That's my baby. I don't love her no different than I love my own daughters. Excuse me, y'all, for the belching. That's why I don't get in it. I love the way she loves my son. I love the way she cares for my son. I watch the way my son's mother loves him. I watch the way my son's sisters love and care for him. So I watch the way his girlfriend give him the same love on that level. I can say affection and attention, right? But I had to, maybe that was just a little bit. But I'm just saying, I love it. They've been together since high school. I love it. And I only talk like this to encourage, to empower, to motivate others. As an ordained deacon, I was called to go back out into the community. And I walk in the footsteps of Jesus Christ and the disciples. So guess what? If I don't believe in no other stories in the Bible, right? Or can relate it to my life, because I actually live it. I internalize it. But if I don't believe in nothing else, the work that I do as an ordained deacon to go back into the community itself, tell me I'm a liar. Strengthen the community. Go tell me I'm a liar. The Latanya D. Copeland House of Hope. We work with the homeless and the less fortunate population. Go tell me I'm a liar. Tell me I'm not walking in what I was called to do. Come on. Come on. I dare you. And if you do, I know you ain't no child of God. And if you want to go here, because I got to go there, because a lot of times y'all like to say, oh, he bragging, oh, he boasting. Yes, he is. Because I understand the work that it took to get here. And most of all, stay here. Y'all miss it, not me. You don't be hearing me sitting over here quoting scripture. I'm talking it. That's why a lot of y'all miss it. Because I ain't saying it, and Paul said, or I ain't going back. Moses, I already know what God told Moses to go do. God told Moses, go tell Pharaoh, your organized religious people, and your politicians to let my people go. They aren't your people. They're trying to enslave and oppress them, depress them, suppress them, repress them. That's why I talk the way I talk. That's why God told Moses, go tell Pharaoh. I said, let my people go. That's why God called big mouth boy dude Steve Copeland. You go tell him, Steve. I said, let my people go. Y'all don't get it. Do you get it? Do you get it? I ain't understand it too. So if you don't, I'm like, okay, God. Come here, Brandon. The loves. Westmoor. The loves. Our council members. The law. As long as I know y'all for the people with the laws you create, I'm all right. It's the ones that tend to hurt them. I'm only saying this, family. I didn't see it at first. Post-traumatic slave syndrome. And I want to say this too, because every time I come up, family, it keeps slipping my mind. I'm going to start talking about this a little more. Martha 21. And for TikTok's sake, because I don't want nobody to think I'm talking down on them, it's called Martha 21. And I want to step back some. Black genocide. For TikTok's sake, Martha 21. It talks about BLK unaliving genocide. When that thing happened back when Freddie Gray, doing the Freddie Gray ride, it was a YT. I worked with his son as a truck driver. Sent me some information and said, this is what's happening to your people. That documentary. Martha 21, black, unalive. What that helped me to understand was about Planned Parenthood too. Now, I am going to dig deeper in it. But as I was reading it, and I'm trying to watch the language basically for TikTok's sake, that's why I step back some. I'm going to step back. We already know and understand about the Holocaust, right? And I'm not going to get too deep in that for TikTok's sake. But I did not know that was just as many BLKs was taken out as it was with the Jew. Until I read into this thing, I didn't know. Because a lot of us already know about the Holocaust, but I didn't know. And not only that, keep in mind, the American, no, back it up. Native Americans, Native Americans, Native Americans. When I read into that, it talked about how 10% of that population was still around. Do y'all know what a Native Americans is? When I read that Native American, this is educational purposes, TikTok. I thought African American. Educational purposes only, TikTok. When I read into that, I'm thinking African American, then it hit me. Bing! I said, oh my God, that's the Indians. Native American. I said, oh my God. Now, mind you, I grew up watching Cowboys and Indians. You get me? And I'm like, you know, I'm old. And I'm like to myself, right? Because I'm used to seeing them in their little attire and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I ain't been seeing them lately. And it talks about how, because of that, 10% of the Native American population was wiped out. But it also talked about how they started migrating with other nationalities so that their, I'm going to say, I want to say inheritance, so that their legacy can keep moving on. When I read that, y'all, that thing kind of blew me. Because, you know, we'll sit back, and I'm not saying y'all are wrong. Please don't take, I know we look at us, right? And for some reason, we think we're the only two races of people that exist. Black and white, black and white, black and white. I was in there. I was there too. I was there too. Until we went to Detroit to fight for the either it was Hispanics or the Mexican group or something like that. Hispanics or something along that line. We went there to help fight for their civil rights, equal rights, and constitutional rights. And that helped me to understand that black people is not the only people that go through stuff. But if you don't do the necessary work to find out, you'll think we the only people that's being dragged through the mud. And that's why when y'all hear me mention things like being a human rights advocate, and I mention the ACLU, or if I mention the Center for Popular Democracy, these are nonprofit organizations that fights for people's civil rights, equal rights, and constitutional rights. And it doesn't matter your color. I said people, didn't I? See, y'all the one that will break it right back down. Y'all will keep bringing it right back down. That's that slave man mentality. Anytime somebody trying to tell you or teach you how to break a cycle, right, that ingraded stuff, where you stuck in a certain area of your life, then you have people that's fighting to break that mentality, that mental state, helping you break it and put something more positive on it. Those are the people y'all want to, break down. Now, I'm going to share this for TikTok and I'm going to put it back out. I got to look at my time frame. Like I tell y'all over and over, what did you do? Like I try to explain to y'all over and over, right? My platform is a talk show. Okay. No matter what, my schedule is from 6 to 8, Sunday through Sunday. So at times, no matter how I feel, whatever I do, I got to make sure I'm available around this time to produce the show. To some of y'all come on, y'all don't have a specific time. You come on and you'll stay on for 2-3 days because you can make money off of your stuff. That's too much. It's too much work at one time trying to make money. See, I don't have to do that. I can come on. I can talk for 45 minutes. I can talk for an hour. If I want to go 6, 7, 8, and if I think people will actually watch the whole 8 hours, I would do it. But it has to pay for itself. Everything I basically do, I pay for it. Until it get to the point where I can start earning off it. And I'm not talking about 300 here. Did I say 300? 400 there. Talking about millions. That's where my mind goes. But I know it's a step at a time. So it's business for me. I tell y'all this all the time. It's educating the community. It's my job and my responsibilities to make sure whatever information I feed y'all is basically correct. I can be held accountable for the information I put out. That's why before I open up my mouth on certain things, I make sure I dig into it a little bit. Because a lot of times I can only go off of what is being fed if I'm not in the vicinity of where it happened at. Most news reporters and investigators will go in that vicinity. But now, the situation has already taken place. So we go out. Listen to what I just said. We go out back into the community in the area where it's supposed to happen. We observe those areas for ourselves first. It's more like a private investigative thing. We ask questions to get as much information on the topic. I'm telling you how journalists do, how reporters does. That's why you see them out with the cameras and everything. Their goal is to come out, do interviews, gather information, feed it back to the community. This is nothing new to me for what I do as a community journalist. This is nothing new to me for what I do as a community activist, because I'm in it. This is nothing new to me that I do as an ordained deacon or minister for Christ in the community, because I'm in it. In order for me to be able to share and explain things, I got to investigate some stuff. I can quote scripture all day, all night, all year, whatever. But when you actually go back out, you feeding people what they call it, because you out looking at the resources, checking up on things, gathering as much information as you can to come back and feed. And a lot of stuff I do, family, I cannot base it, even though I'm a religious man, when it's reality in life now. I can't quote certain scriptures on this. Come on. When we're talking about actually dealing with life. And what they're starting to do, right, this is what they're doing. I'm going to do the Carmela thing. They know good and God daggone well these brothers came after this boy with 4 other people. It's right in your face. You see it for what it is. You see it. You see it. You see what's happening. But the way the law was created, the laws for Texas was to rebuke everything that was being shown as true. The prosecutor was the one that kept trying to turn it. Everything we watching, certain information they kept out that was already out. Basically, it wasn't circulated like it is now, because the trial is over with. And you know what? I'm on AI. The first time in my life talking with AI. Texas laws was not created to help the melanated community. I'm going to say it again. Texas laws was not created I'm getting ready to say help the black man, but it's not all black men. That could be women too. But it took me back. Mind y'all. Now I'm a human rights advocate. I'm a civil rights advocate. And I seen it showed me how certain cities or rural areas, if they can't lynch you anymore, if they can't, that's their way of doing it. That was their way of doing it. And when I sent that message back to AI, because I got to watch it for TikTok's sake, now I'm understanding even more. Now I'm understanding even more of what our ancestors had to put up with, law-wise. that didn't fit a bit better benefit them. And that's not the way it was supposed to be. And everything that I was putting in, AI could only feed me what was coming from the courts. So now I'm a defense attorney. Everything basically that his attorney was doing to try to override whatever from what we're looking at, the prosecutor fixed it where he would not be able to represent it. I mean, you know, I said represent it, but present it. That's the word I was trying to look for. I'm like, you mother sucker. You mother sucker. And I know I'm all over y'all head. But when you, where people like myself is, as a human rights advocate, as a community activist, when you fighting for people's civil rights, equal rights, and constitutional rights, when you understand the amendments, when you understand deliberately why they did not allow the 3 women there, now completely the Innocent Project, I understand. The NAACP, I understand. The civil rights advocate groups that stepped in to represent him on his appeal, they see it too. And I'm not a lawyer on that level, but I'm damn good at what I do as a community organizer, as a human rights advocate, as a voice for the people. And I am not a lawyer. But I understand what they did. And for some of us that might felt as though that defense attorney didn't do a good job, yes, the freak he did. Everything he did was shot down though. Even the video of Hunter, before they went to court, making that statement out his mouth, they wouldn't let him use it. And a lot of y'all kissing boots. Everything speaks for itself. Right in our face. That's the thing that gets me. It's like it's and look, Austin, rest in peace. Little man, rest in peace. Cause no, I don't think racism had nothing to do with it, none of that. I don't. It's just what happened, And I don't think it was his intention to take your life. It happened. But let Hunter tell you. And then look at Hunter. For some of you suckers that likes to sit up there and try to make it a one-on-one, because I thought it was too. In that sense. The lawyer the prosecutor made it out to seem just one. The son spoke for himself. So what, you gonna twist his words around? And some of y'all will. Then you watch them go up in the tent. And that's all you see is black suits and stuff, right? I'm talking about the shirts and stuff they had on. You could not, either that boy was down and you could not see the white because they was covering him, but you only seen it when he came out. They was punching at something. I'm looking looking at this. I'm like, what the hell? If I was his attorney, they would have kicked me out. The judge would have been saying, Mr. Copeland, you got it, but bring it down. No, I won't. They would have kicked me. I'm telling you. I already know, because they want you to be proper. That's why certain areas I just don't run my mouth in, because I know I go. I don't give a freak about what you know and what you understand. Wrong is wrong. We looking at this and gonna deny it right in your face and gonna turn around and deny it. You watching these 6 guys walk up to the goddamn tent. Then you watch the boy walk up. It wasn't even seconds once he got up in there, you seen shuffling going on. And I know y'all see what I see. And then the only time you see the white shirt, watch it, is actually once he come up out of it. So why was his shirt was white? They wouldn't allow. Well, it was justified in court. Oh, really? It wasn't what you really think you seen. It was blurred. It wasn't that damn blurred. And guess what? No matter how blurred it was, they got technology to bring it up, make it a little lot more bit it clear. Stop playing. And y'all over there justifying that bull crap. He brought a knife to I used to bring a knife to a gunfight, to a pew-pew fight in TikTok City. I ain't lying. I will pull that sucker out on you quick. Some of y'all act like, now I'm gonna say this. If you never really experienced certain things in your life, then you wouldn't really understand where I'm coming from. That's what AI said. Because certain things you live, you're able to explain stuff a little bit more clear, Mr. Copeland, than some of you people that was born on other planets. Because you try to make logic out of it. Sometimes it doesn't make sense to the mind. You have to see it for what it is. In real life, a lot of us see stuff in real life. But now, this is what AI was explaining to me. Even though, watch how I put my words. Real conversation. Real life stories. Real conversation. Real life stories. And I started putting on the end with that. Real life stories and experiences of hope. Because the goal is, we already know what happened, right? It's to do our best to come up with ways and means that we can slow a second, which is going to happen, which we can slow a process down. See, I'm not one of the ones that just run off in my freaking mouth. I come in with solutions. That's why they don't like me here. Okay? You can run off at your freaking mouth all you want. That's all you have is mouth. But you don't have no fucking balls to step up to it. Then that's old school. That's street talk right there. That's street talk. If you want to be real, I wasn't on the corner. I was putting it on the corner. If you want to be real, I had lieutenants. I had sergeants. If you want to be real, that's why when I say I'm a retired OG, that means he don't live like that no more. And who can better go back and help his brothers and sisters? OG. Somebody that come from it. Who can better deal with the politicians when it comes to creating laws that can better benefit the people? OGs. But do you sit down with them? Do you talk with them? Your lawmakers. the commissioner, the mayor. Do y'all? So when I step up in the room, no disrespect to nobody. They know when I come, I come. I can only come back with what I know and what we can do to better turn things around. Now, see, my thing with what happened with Carmella and Austin, that's done. You get it? That's done. It's like, what can we do, or what can we put into place to help better educate our children, and not just the children, because it's adults that do it too. Don't put your hands on nobody. Don't think it's okay. You never know what they got. And it happens a lot. When you out there and you know, you might want to bully somebody, but not realizing your bully, the person that you're trying to bully, might have something that can hurt you. That's why we have to properly educate our younger generation. And the sad part about it, it's not just about our young generation. Where they getting a lot of this from? Where's they getting it from? Because let me tell you all this. And I'm going to say it anyway, because y'all know this is my talk show, so I'm going to say it. My wife and I come from the streets, my ex-wife. She was Broadway. I was East. Okay? So we did not want our kids to behave the way we did coming up. So you had to teach them better. You had to, like with us. When I was younger in elementary, we did tap dancing. We did music. We did art classes. We did theater. In the recreation center, stuff like that, right? So a lot of those things was taken out to schools. So, okay, because they're not in the schools no more, what about opening up some recreation centers and providing those services once again for them? Did I stutter? That's the vision right here. So, since I haven't started the Stephen Copeland Jr. Multi-Purpose Center for Inner City Youth yet, we got Uncle T. We got Mayo Alfonso. We got Joe Gamble. We got Cherie Rogers with her mentoring program. Y'all want me to pull out the list? Huh? I'm talking about in Baltimore City. You want me to pull out the list of Black nonprofits and organizations and businesses that's doing the work here? Because y'all afraid to come on here and talk about where you at and what you doing in Detroit? Well, see what happens is, or DC. Well, see what happens is, and I come on other people's platforms and just listen to y'all say that shit. Yeah, because I'm getting sick and tired. That's why I'm cursing. We'll have programs out here for this. We'll have programs out there for that. Yes, y'all do. Whatever city you in, they have them. Get your butt in the communities. It starts with your community neighborhood association. Everyone had one. Find out how you can be a part of it. Oh, he don't even know what he's talking about. You're right, I don't. That's why I became a part of it. I had to go out into the communities as a community organizer to find out what nonprofits in the communities. You can have one in the 1000 block of Fulton Avenue and one in the 1200 block of Fulton Avenue, and they don't even know they right there. How you know, Mr. Copeland? Because I did my investigation. But a lot of y'all want to come on here and then run off at your mouth, right? Rather than going to do your work and everything. I'm only saying that, right, because it's all a part of conversation. I just want to be able to talk. I want to go on TikTok and make like I got all the answers in the world. But I ain't going on Mr. Copeland platform because Mr. Copeland is a community activist. Mr. Copeland is a human rights advocate. Mr. Copeland is a homeless advocate. But what he works more on the solution towards the new solution, the intervention programs, and stop hanging and sticking in the goddamn problem. We already know what it is. Umar, where you at, bro? That's the first name I spotted Umar when I came over here. Umar has a boxing program on the corner of I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Umar, don't hurt me. Drew Hill in North Avenue. Books before hooks. It's a boxing program, but he promotes education. Can somebody come up and tell me what y'all doing in Detroit? Can somebody come up and tell me what y'all doing in Philly? Can somebody come up and tell me what y'all doing in New Jersey? Can somebody come up and tell me what y'all doing in Chicago? Can somebody come up and tell me what y'all doing in DC? Can somebody come up and tell me? Matter of fact, it's going to have to be you with other groups in order for you to come up and tell. But can you go on somebody else's platform on TikTok and then act like you know what's what? Yeah, go. But you'll never mention solutions in the process of talking. Kim Trueheart, Liberty Recreation Center. She gives out food and she works with the youth as well. A lot of people know Kim Trueheart. Cherie Rogers, Standing Strong Mentor. She works with the youth. And she gives out food as well. Squeaky. What? Oh, you went out on me. Oh, poor thing. My clicker. But guess what? I got another one. And I'm going to hurry up and do this in a minute, family. Thank y'all for being patient. I don't know, y'all. Sometimes, I love what I do. I'm telling y'all. Sometimes I get tired, though, but I'm just saying spiritually. But I love what I do. And that's why I had to, keep praying for the strength and the courage to continue doing what I do, family. Because sometimes, just trying to stay spiritual and put out positive as much as I can. And I'm real. So for a lot of y'all that be like, oh, he loud, oh, he this, oh, he that, you call it what you want. I ain't trying to be smart. You call it what you want. I just want y'all to know Steve Copeland ain't no damn joke. You get me? Y'all might be one of the ones that like plan and take the foolishness, but anybody that knows me know I am serious. Anybody that knows Big Unc is serious when it comes to the people family. I'm telling you, when it comes to Baltimore City, no, I'm not going away. No. Move, move. Every time I put this thing on and trying to click, stop. Just move over. Look, I'm arguing with my goddamn clothes. It say swipe to the left. Swipe to the left, swipe to the left, swipe, swipe to the left, swipe to the left. I'm only trying to get my likes up. I ordered this from TikTok. Y'all better stop playing with me. This clicker. To try to draw more people to the real talk. Y'all the ones sold it, TikTok. That we can click for the likes. Click for the likes, like. So it'll send it to send it all around. But once again, family, I'm gonna get ready to go on to my topic in the mirror. My topic in the mirror. Okay. But I just felt like my goal was to come on and talk about being your great and wonderful self in the mirror, right? I'm just talking about our youth because the day is Saturday. And I just think for me, it's kind of sad that some people can open up platforms where if it's a lot of mayhem and chaos and confusion, we real quick to jump there, right? Rather than jumping on something that's educational and very supportive. But I try not to get too entangled with that because that just goes the mindset of the individuals. Because nowhere in the freaking world, if I know I can be somewhere where I can better educate my community and better uplift spiritually our community. I tell y'all, I'm an ordained deacon. I'm a minister for Christ. Then when I tell y'all I'm a community activist, a community organizer, everything I do is about building back up in the most of all, because I'm in the Black community. The Black community. And y'all make me think this is not the type of stuff y'all want to hear. Positive energy. Y'all make positive energy look bad. All right, it's 7:42. So let me go here for my ending part. Should have been the beginning. Okay. Right. Admiring that great and wonderful person in the mirror. Admiring that great and wonderful person in the mirror. The reason why I wanted to do the mirror part again, because a lot of us will go to the mirror. We will look at self, not bad, or make sure we are right for that moment. Then we go. But the point is looking in the mirror and really loving and appreciating that person that you see in the mirror. Admiring that great and wonderful person in the mirror. Believe in yourself. Now, mind you, remember, I just said believe in yourself. How many of our youth truly believe in themselves? Have they been taught how to actually love and care for themselves? Tell yourself, I am enough. I am great. I am worth it. How many of y'all talk to y'all children like that? To help them believe deep down inside of themselves that they are worthy. You know why I can do that with my children, which are adults now? Because I already know about Steve Copeland. I'm only giving it back. You're strong inside and out. As a foster care parent, this is how I had to work with my nieces and nephews as well. Focused on my future. What you do, you ask your children. They have dreams. They have visions where some might say, I want to be a doctor. Some might say, I might want to be a lawyer. Some might say, I want to be a tractor trailer driver. Some of them might say, I want to be an electrician. Some of them might say, I want to be a bricklayer. You help them fulfill their dream. Little Steve knew since he was 5 years old because he started playing soccer. He said he wants to be a professional soccer player. He's working towards it. And what I shared with my son, just in case you lose the desire, but I know you still love soccer, start your own league. Because in order for him to make the money that he wants to make, like millions, he have to go overseas. And then he can come back and make what he was making over there. They're paying for making it here. And this is what he told me. Because I've been trying to push his career. But I had to back up because he know the steps. He know the proper steps he needs to take to get done what needs to be done. I'm not real good in that area, but he already know. So I had to back up. You got to sit down and talk with your children. Now, I'm only saying this because if you are a parent, and in all sense, in a way, it might not be true. But if you are a parent and you haven't followed your dreams or your vision or your passions in life to be successful, if it's no more than taking care of your family, then yes, you won't really know what to do to get back. Please tell me I'm wrong. I came out of school in the 10th grade. 9th grade education. I always wanted to get into driving. Right? Always wanted to get into driving or culinary classes. Guess what? I started driving. Did it for 35 years. Stop. Get out of here. Get me out of here. What is you doing? Okay. Reason why I'm saying that, family, because at 21, even though I came out of school, I got my Class A license. Now, throughout the years, I would drive a little bit. I would stop. I would drive. I would stop. But it wasn't until I got clean that I actually continued. You get it? So I already know, and I'm just saying this right, how important it is to, if you have a passion or a dream for something in life, it's normally two things that you ask your child what you want to be when you grow up. Same way you would ask yourself. I had to do that with my kids. Now I'm gonna be honest with y'all. This what disappointed me, right? Steve been playing soccer since he was 5. That was the only thing we worked hard at pushing, was his soccer career. I did not ask Steve, if you don't succeed in soccer, what else would you want to do? When he went to trying to think of the school, y'all, where he went to sign up for their soccer team. And the recruiter asked him, he said, if you don't succeed in soccer, what else would you want to do? And little Steve didn't know how to answer. because the only thing he know is soccer. When he came home and he told me that, I was like, God darn it. We knew soccer, but I forgot to talk with my son just in case, But one thing I can tell you, he's real good with driving trucks. So I told him, the goal is, if you want to start your own, whatever, you get me, more independent, his own business stuff. Daddy right here. He already know, all that. But now let me finish with this right here, right? About the mirror. It say, focused on my future, making a positive impact, right? And this is the topic, right? Basically for today's teen talk. But now, parents, I say it all the time. You are the solutions to the children's whatever their issues are. As far as trying to help them move forward. Everything ain't got to be an issue, you get me? Because you are the solution. Parents, you are the solution. And it hit me one day when I first did the teen talk, and I said, giving our youth a voice. Giving our youth a voice. Then it hit me. I said, oh my God. The parents are the voice for the youth. So be honest with y'all, I need y'all. You get me? I need y'all on here. Because if we can't get, which eventually I think we will, because I'm looking for my own studio to do things out of, right? So, but right now, the way I'm looking at it, the parents are the solution to whatever the issues are that our children are dealing with. We gotta fix it. Help them fix it, you get me? Because it hit me one day. I said, oh my God. Come on, parents. I need you. Look, we got to come together with our experiences as well. This is what I did with mine, and this is how I was able to do this, and this program I reached out to, and this where the funding was at. People need to hear that. Don't try to look. They need to hear it because they don't know what programs out here that have funding where they can get the kids into. All right, so look, that was just some stuff that they posted, family. If y'all can't see it, I'm reading off of this, family. I've been trying to find out a way to post my topics up on here. So, family, I'm reading this for BMore City, not just BMore City, but for whoever that's looking. Right now, here go the 5. I always ask Chat GBT to put in GPT. I think I keep saying BT, but I always ask them to put in like 5 PowerPoints. Excuse me, you get me? Just encouraging stuff. Love, respect, believe. That's where greatness begins. I'm talking about our parents for our youth. Steps to admire. 5 steps to admire and empower yourself. First step. Love. Know your worth. You are valuable. Love. Know your worth. You are valuable. 2, set goals. Dream big and plans. 3, build. Confidence. Small steps. Big changes. Surround yourself with positive, uplifting people. Parents, if we're not being around healthy, positive people. If we're not healthy and positive, we can't pass it down. Stop fooling yourself. Okay? Give back. Use your gifts to uplift others. So for a lot of y'all who, like the badmouth people that's on the front line, I only use my gift to uplift others. So anytime you find in your mouth to bring out your mouth to say it's his ego, it's his pride, it's his confidence, it's his courage, where's yours? See, I want you to look at yourself, because you'll call yourself trying to badmouth me for stuff that you're afraid to do. Bam! Did you miss it? Why would I ever, knowing that somebody putting themselves on the line to help build, inspire, encourage, and motivate others, and badmouth them? Why would I do it? If your heart is really into it. I ain't even saying nothing about the money and stuff. Why would I do that? Why would I sit back and, he think he all this, he think he all that? He shouldn't. If I don't think I'm something, how can I help somebody else to believe that they are something? Do we realize what we be saying sometimes? But see, understand, right? When you do that, that speaks a lot about your self-esteem. That speaks a lot about your courage. That speaks a lot about your confidence. You think I don't realize that? For a person that started a program to help individuals and families, not just the mother, the children, to overcome low self-esteem, to overcome self-worth. So I don't recognize that? To put programs together to help other people come out of that? Because I was able to work up out of it. What do I look like? What do I look like? For a person that got personal experience where his self-esteem was lower than an ant. An ant. You know how low an ant is? To being able to step on an ant. And I want to make you feel bad because you already down there to bring you up. Look at yourself. The next time you want to sit up and say, it's his ego. Or, it's her ego. It's her pride. It takes courage. It takes confidence. It takes ego. It takes self-esteem. It takes strength by way of the Holy Spirit. Now, I didn't want to do it in that sense. So the next time you want to try and judge somebody, look at the power of the Holy Spirit. Look at the power of the Comforter. Didn't Jesus say, I'm going to leave one behind? Did he not? Did he not tell the disciples to go out and baptize them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, which is the Comforter? That's what I'm going to leave behind to empower you, to embrace you, to encourage you, to motivate you. Huh? Did he not? And y'all know I'm starting to be sarcastic when I act like this, because I don't want y'all to take everything too personal. Just believe in yourself. Have courage in yourself. Have confidence in yourself. Because God dang it, it takes a lot of work. mainly to stay there. I ain't lying. You look. You can do the. You know, it's like one day I'm powerful, I'm strong, I'm mighty, and the next day you might be like, oh God, I don't feel like that. And then I'm laughing, family, because when I get like that, it's like, oh shucks, I gotta go in and build me up. I gotta listen to some gospel. I gotta start reading back in Bible. God, comfort me. You get me? It gets like that. So I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I understand, but it takes work. It really takes work. And I just want to say thank y'all, family. Um, I didn't go out for Father's Day. I told my daughter and them we can wait until next Sunday. So they want to take me out. I don't know what time. They haven't sent me a time yet. So I might not be here to do the Teen Talk Show. Or it might have to start late. But I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. Share the lives, family. This, and I keep saying it over and over and over, this is ministry for me. This is ministry. I had to look at the calling that was on my life. When I say was, because I'm being obedient now to the calling. And when y'all hear me go deep into personal stuff, that's because I want those out there that's stuck in certain areas and fighting to get out to help them understand you can come out to live a more successful, productive way of life. It takes work. But you got to be the one that wants to do the work to change. Don't let nobody make you think you still hopeless, worthless, all of that, because people going to say stuff to you to keep you down. But people that really wants to see you prosper in life, they going to share stuff with you to build you up. Watch out for those type that share stuff, like-minded, God-fearing people that wants to see you prosper. Stay away from those that wants to tear you apart. Normally, 9 times out of 10, they miserable. Sometimes they might not recognize it because it's a place of comfort there, being miserable. Love y'all, BMore City. Have a great evening.